All right, give me your name and tell me what has happened.
My name is Sam Fritcher. My wife, Elaine, and I came here early to get a seat for the commissioners' meeting tonight. When we sat down on the front row, Deputy Wiley came by and told us that we had to leave the room, that the room was taken until 6:30 for an employee meeting, and I was surrounded by deputy sheriffs that were intimidating. We walked out in the hall, and he came in there and told me I had to leave the hallway because I was not allowed in anywhere around the room. And so we left, and at that time I called Channel 5 News, I called different reporters, I called Kelly Shackelford from the Liberty Institute, asked him what I should do, and he gave me legal advice about that.
Okay.
And then what was so disappointing, Deputy Wiley came by in about an hour and made the statement he never said any of that, and which was an out-and-out lie. Disappointed me to no end that law enforcement would stand there and blatantly tell that lie.
Okay, all right. Was your wife with you, or?
Absolutely, and she was frightened.
Okay, all right. Well, can we go ahead and get a little video of her statement as well? Okay. Here we are in the county courthouse. Obviously, we have an unusual situation that has cropped up here, where we have county employees, supposedly public servants, who are telling us that we cannot be within the courthouse area. Would you kindly corroborate your husband's story here in terms of you were asked to leave, correct?
Yes.
And after you were out in the hall, what happened out in the hall again?
Came in and told us we had to leave the hallway too, and we weren't allowed to stay in there.
Well, can I start from the beginning?
Yeah, go ahead. Start from the beginning. Yeah, I'm sorry. I can do some editing too. So go ahead and get started.
Okay.
I'm going to change my
husband and I came about 4:30.
Yeah.
We came in, walked into the room. We were being watched by everyone. And I thought, my gosh, why are we being stared at like this? We walked in, sat down, and within 2 minutes, a sheriff came over to us and asked us to leave. He said that they were having an employee meeting and that it was going to last until 6:30. So we came outside the door, and at that time we kind of stayed there a little bit. And they said, no, you can't stay here. You have to go all the way back out. And so we did.
So you were in the public area and were still asked to leave the vicinity. Is that correct?
Yes.
Did they inform you on who called the employee meeting, or what the meeting, how the meeting was called?
No.
Or why the public who helps pay the salaries here was not to be within earshot of anything going on?
No, none of that was discussed.
In reality, there was no meeting going on.
But in reality, there was no meeting going on.
Okay.
The doors were open.
Okay.
Where
Step on in. Okay. So there was no meeting going on. There was nobody at the podium discussing anything.
No.
They were standing around in the back of the room.
And that would constituted a meeting, but there was no direction of a meeting going on.
None whatsoever, and the whole time that we were there was never a meeting conducted, ever.
Fascinating.
I've been in corporate America my whole entire life, and when a meeting is being conducted, the audience sits there, behaves themselves, and they're not talking constantly amongst one another. And that is exactly the behavior that those people were displaying. There was no order in that room whatsoever.
Okay.
There was no meeting going on.
The worst part of it was the intimidation. They made the sheriff, it was all pretty much sheriff deputies, and they made you very uncomfortable.
Okay. All right. Well, we'll see how it goes tonight then.
Thank you.
Thank you.